This episode of Tryin is brought to you by Domain.com. Welcome to Tryin.
Don't tell HR.
I'm Patrick Norton.
I'm Michael Ann.
What do you do at an internet company when the internet goes down?
You build a zip line.
Inside, in your giant cavernous office with its tree-like columns of concrete.
We're doing this.
So our beautiful, simple, awesome plan to use our giant redwood-like concrete columns to create a zip line ran into one minor flaw.
There's no real line of sight between them, or at least there's things in the way between all of the big columns.
Little crossbars that carry our giant Ethernet cable system inside the office. We decided to move to the biggest open area in our office, which is the front entrance, kitchen, and loading dock area.
This turned out to be pretty perfect because on one end there's a big old column that we could hook around, and then on the other end there was a pretty solid gate that we could grab onto.
And when we say solid, we mean really, really solid. You're talking about 1,200 pounds of force pulling away from the tree or whatever you attach the cables to. In the case of a tree, they recommend at least 12 inches in diameter.
You're also gonna have to worry about the height of the columns or the trees that you're attaching it to. So in the manual, there's a nice little cheat sheet of how high you need to go, and it depends on how tall your riders are and what the distance you're going.
When you start learning about how people build crazy, like 600-foot-long zip lines out in the wilderness, you realize the start height and the finish height are a big deal, because if the line is too steep, people start accelerating too fast and it gets seriously dangerous. So do yourself a favor, read the directions or learn how to do the math for a longer zip line. So you need a ladder so you can get high enough, and then you need to wrap the cable around there and wrap it around, and there's 3 clamps and you clamp all those down. There's a little cheap wrench that comes in the box, and at the other end there's a loop and a turnbuckle, and you need to make sure everything's hooked up properly. And then finally, you've got a nice tight piece of wire between your start point and your end point. And if you're really smart, you put the trolley on the line before you clamped everything down, because if you didn't, you're gonna have to undo one end or the other and feed it through the trolley and pull everything back up.
You're not going to go across there, are you?
I'm not, but
Michael
most of the children are.
No, it's CGI.
Guys!
The level
On
of...
the one day that I'm here, guys.
The level
Why
of...
couldn't you do this when I wasn't here?
You didn't tell us you were gonna be here!
Now it's time to zip line.
Yes! You know, whenever I see a montage of awesomeness like our friends here in the office slithering down a zip line, I think domains. Domain.com, our sponsor to be exact. Matter of fact, we've got a great deal for you.
Tryin 15 and you get 15% off of your order, and you help us.
Yeah, so help us help you. It's perfect for the holidays. Buy all of your friends and family a new domain from domain.com. Tryin 15.
Sweet ziplineintheofficerides.com.
Couple big safety notes here. First up, everybody should have been wearing a helmet, not just our camera operator, Liz.
Make sure it's secured to a very solid
Well, there's a reason we
post.
tell you to use trees of a certain size.
Yeah, just listen to the instructions, use common sense. That's part of the instructions,
Yeah.
so.
Or use better than common sense. Use your best sense.
Be smarter than us.
Shouldn't be too hard. I'm Patrick Norton.
I'm Michael Ann.
We'll see you next week on Tryin.